Hello everybody, Tyranno here, and today we are looking at one of the main prizes of the upcoming spring crafting event, and that is the AMD-35 armed with the 47mm SA-35 cannon. Now, this was a one-off prototype. Basically, in May 1940, the French decided to try and come up with a design of the AMD-35 armed with the 47mm gun. This was designed very quickly. I think it was designed in like 3 days and then produced in about a week. But unfortunately, only the one turret was constructed. This was mated to a Panhard 178, and it was lost in the fighting during the Battle of France. I believe it was scuttled to prevent its capture from the Germans. The French would come back to a similar design for this in the Panhard 178B, which you can see in my video looking at French tanks in the description below or popping up on the screen now. But coming back to the version we're looking at the moment, it is armed with the 47mm gun, so this is in theory a more powerful weapon than the 25mm SA-35 gun. But it's not as clear cut as it looks, because the 25mm gun fires faster. It can fire around every 3.9 seconds, while the 47mm gun can fire around every 5.2 seconds. And the 25mm gun is also better penetrating. At 500 meters, it can penetrate 56mm of armor at a flat angle, whereas the 47mm gun does about 9mm less penetration, about 47mm of penetration. And this is the same for all angles. So, where the 47mm gun has a bit more of an advantage is that it fires a bigger shell, which in theory should cause more damage, though in testing this didn't always necessarily work out as expected. And of course, because it has the 47mm gun, it's likely the new AMD-35 will probably have a lower shell carrying capacity, which could potentially be a problem, though it's not often you run out of ammo when using vehicles. Armour should be pretty good. The whole armour should remain about the same at 20mm thick, but the turret is actually pretty well armoured. As you can see, it's ridiculously well sloped, and the armour thickness totaled about 38mm on 2 armour plates, and about 25mm for the rest of the turret. So that's actually pretty well protected considering, especially with all that sloping. So you could actually potentially stand up against some enemy tanks, especially if only the turret is showing. And according to the dev blog, speed remains the same at 72 km an hour, or a little under 45 miles per hour. And it should retain the same crew, consisting of a driver in the hull and a commander and loader in the turret. So I think this will be a very cool armoured car to have in the game. It's going to be a rank 1 vehicle, and it's obviously going to be premium because it's going to be part of the upcoming spring crafting event. We don't know what battle rating it's going to be yet, but all in all, this looks to be a very useful vehicle. It's going to suffer a little bit in the scouting role just because of its large size, but like I say, that is offset by the fact it can stand up better against enemy tanks. Although, again, like I say, the 47mm gun may not be as useful versus the 25mm gun. It's really going to depend on your playstyle, really, I think. But yeah, I think this will be a very good French armoured car, and hopefully after this we can maybe get the Panhard 178B, which, like I say, was the post-war version of the Panhard 178, which had the 47mm gun as well. Anyway, just a quick video for today. We haven't got any details about the spring crafting event other than this, so hopefully I'll be able to do another video when we get more details about that. Anyway, I've been Tyranno, and I'll see you next time.